want you guys to work on today is a listing. So this person is going to be a homeowner. And I want you to set the listing consultation, okay? But it's going to be somebody along the lines with the same issue that we had. Well, I don't want to list, I want to find the home first, and then we'll worry about listing. So I want you guys to work on that objection. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Good morning. May I speak to Miss Angie Perez, please?
This is her.
Hi, Angie. This is Carl Bishop with AE Realty. I'm giving you a quick call today because I noticed you're on our website last night. It looks like you came to us through Facebook and looking at a handful of houses in the 78230 zip code. Miss Perez, is that a zip code that you're looking to move to? Is that an area that you really like to live at?
Yes.
Okay. And if you don't mind me asking, are you currently renting or do you own the home that you're currently living in?
I own the home.
Oh, okay, fantastic. And so are you close to that zip code now? Is that a place where you want to move to?
No, that's a place I want to move to.
Okay. Why? Why did you want to move to that area? What attracts you to that zip code?
Well, because I work over there in that area a lot, so that's where I want to go.
Oh, fantastic. So it's close to work.
Yes.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
I work on airplanes.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. That's fantastic. What kind of airplanes do you work on? Are the big jets or like personal little like Cessnas, that sort of thing?
757s.
Wow. Okay, the Boeing 757, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm familiar with that area. My father actually used to work on the fuel tanks for those type of planes. So he worked with D. Howard.
Oh,
I'm sure
awesome.
you'll know that company if you're in the industry.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, there's a lot of options in that area. Like, what are you needing in a home? How many bedrooms? How many baths?
I want at least 4 bedrooms and at least 2 baths.
Okay.
I need to have a bedroom at least on the lower level or have it as a single story. It's only me and my husband, but we do have 4 kids and a grandson. And, of course, the grandson definitely comes over. He's our world.
Okay.
Okay.
So the other kids, are they in school currently? So schools are important for you there?
Well, one is finishing school for nursing.
Okay.
The other one is in the Navy. He works on missiles.
Oh, wow.
The third one is getting ready to start school pretty soon for forensics, and the fourth one is finishing school, and she's not sure what she's going to do as a career, but she is definitely going to go into the Navy. She's definitely wanting to go into the Navy. She's already signed up, so.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for your service. I always thank the parents and family of service members. Certainly appreciate that. So Angie, I can already think of a couple homes in that area that may be a good fit for you based on what you've shared with me. But let's get back to your existing home. I know you had mentioned that you have a home. Have you decided what you're going to do with that home? Are you going to sell it, maybe rent it out, turn it into an income-producing asset? What were your plans with your existing real estate?
I actually am not going to sell it until I find a home. I am not going to put it on the market until I find a home.
Okay, I respect that.
But I am going to sell it.
You are going to sell it. Okay.
Yes.
I hear that quite a bit. And I'm curious if you've ever heard of an option where you can actually sell your home and move into another home in the same transaction. It's called negotiating through contingency. Has anybody ever told you anything about that?
No, but I want to make sure that I find a house first before I just go put this on the market and it gets sold.
Yeah, we don't want you to be in limbo there.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, do you have a mortgage on this home that you own now? Is it
Yes,
still?
I do.
Okay. And if you did find another place and purchase another place, would you be all right paying 2 mortgages and living in one home and having another one, sit empty while you're trying to sell it? Is that something that you'd like to do?
Not necessarily. I just want to find a home first, and then I'll put the house on the market to sell, and then, once I sell that one, then I can move into the house that I find.
Okay. Ms. Perez, I hear that pretty often. It's a fairly common thought process. What I'd like to do is share with you an option where we're actually able to help you sell your home and move into the next home in the same transaction. and you're not kind of in limbo. You're not staying in hotels or staying with family or worried about living where you're at, but it's actually a great way to transition smoothly from one home to another. And it's an option that we talk to all the time with folks that don't want to pay 2 mortgages. They don't want one home sitting empty while they're living in another. But let me ask you a little bit about your current home. What's the address, if you don't mind me asking?
126 Carriage Dove.
Okay. And how long have you lived at the home?
I have lived there since 2005.
2005? Okay, wow. So you've had it for a good amount of time. Tell me about it. I mean, what kind of condition is it in? Have you improved it at all since you've lived there?
There's no updates on the home. There's no updates on the home,
Okay.
so not really.
So kind of same condition that it was when you got it,
Yes.
right? Okay, not a problem.
Except 4 kids later.
Okay, so they made their mark on the home probably a little
Yes.
bit, right? I've got 3 boys as well, so I know how that goes. It seems like they're house destroyers sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's so true.
Yeah. Well, the good news is it sounds like your kids are grown now, most of them, and so now you've got a little bit more flexibility. What I'd like to do is come out and visit with you and give you a market analysis on your existing home. What that is basically a report where I take other homes that have sold recently in your neighborhood that are similar to your home. And then I'd like to share with you our marketing strategy, as well as kind of tell you about that option where we can help you get out of one home and into another. And I'm also going to bring with me a few properties that I think would be a good fit in that 78230 area code that you had mentioned. Ms. Pettis, is there a Mr. Pettis?
Yes, there is.
What's his name, if you don't mind me asking?
Marco.
Marco. Okay. Is Marco going to be available? Are you and Marco going to be available this week? Do you guys work during the week, or are weekends a little bit better for you?
Well, what if the house sells? Like somebody puts an offer on my house first and I haven't found a place.
Right, so that's fairly common. The good news is, because we have the ability to negotiate, that will never happen because we have the final say, you have the final say, when it comes to selling your home. So we can actually make that contingent, that sale, where somebody says, hey, I want to buy your home. We make that contingent upon you finding your next home. So whether that takes 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, or 120 days, you will have the flexibility to have that time to find your next place. And at the end of the day, we have the final say. So we don't have to accept any sales until you find your next home. One of the good things about San Antonio being the 6th largest metropolitan area in the United States is there's a lot of options out there. So based off the criteria that you've shared with me, I can think of dozens of properties that would fit your needs. And so I think once you do find an interested party in your home, it would be relatively simple to find that next place. Now, at the end of the day, if we don't find it, then we don't sell. And so
Okay.
it's simply lining up more options for yourself.
Okay, yeah.
So I know you said that Marco is a little busy during the week. I've got my Saturday calendar open here. I've got a 10 a.m. and a 3 p.m. available. What time's better for you?
10 a.m. is good.
Beautiful. Okay, I've got your email here as, let's see, it's angiepettis@gmail.com. Is that a good one for you?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to email you a little invitation. I'm also going to shoot you a text the day of just to confirm. And I'm really looking forward to meeting with you and Marco about your home. I'm excited to work with you and apply for the job. All right?
Thank you so much.
We'll see you this weekend, Angie. Have a great week.
You too, bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, so one of the biggest objections I see a lot of people, and especially agents, unable to overcome is when they get a homeowner on the line, it's very difficult for them to invite themselves over to that home for that listing consultation. And that's really what separates a lot of the average agents or unproductive agents from the successful agents, which is, the successful agents start this process off in your home, discussing a market analysis, discussing options, and discussing like your equitable position in your existing real estate. And the reason it's an uncomfortable topic is because it's really never easy to invite yourself over to anything. But at the end of the day, if you understand your value, your highest and best use as a real estate professional is helping somebody with their existing real estate needs first. That way you can make an educated decision on your next real estate purchase for most people. And there are some people that just, they own their property outright. They have the luxury of just kind of shopping and not really worrying about their existing real estate. But I would say the clear majority of folks really should get a clear picture of what their existing real estate is going to produce for them. And that can be in the negotiation of the next place in terms of how much money they're going to put down, how much they're going to pay in closing costs, how much their monthly payment is going to be on the next house, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So when you ask that question, do you currently rent or do you own your home? The ultimate goal is when a person says, I own my home, is say, hey, you know what? I love to show properties. I love to bring you in front of properties. I can think of several properties that would be a good fit, but we really need to start this process off at your home. And the biggest objection you're going to get is, well, no. We want to find the place first, and then we'll worry about this home. That's a common objection you're going to hear over and over again. And so some of the easiest ways to overcome that is, well, hey, you don't want to pay 2 mortgages, do you? Or you don't want one place sitting empty while you're living in another, do you? And most people are going to answer that question, no. And most people are going to have questions in terms of well, I do want to know how much I'm going to be able to put down on the next place. And I do want to know how much my payment's going to be. And so those are all questions that you can answer for them if you have a listing consultation with them. So it's important to invite yourself over. It's important to have the courage to make that advancement there, because that's where you can help people the most. That's where you separate yourself from an average agent to an excellent agent, which is great agents go for the listing consult first. So good luck with that. We'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.